What you see on the screen right now is our admin portal, which is running on AWS and represents an actual enterprise system. On one side, you see streaming media servers. You have a Windows server, and you have two different clients. These represent your Zoom, your Microsoft Teams, your multimedia presentations and meetings that people do every day. On the other side, you see a bunch of chat servers. Why chat? Because chat runs plain text, which is what 99% of your operations run in your military and enterprise networks. And unless you're using something unwieldy such as SuperNet, it's running completely unaffected. In another video, we're actually going to show you how we can turn on and off and change that encryption without causing disruption. Today, however, we're going to focus on the streaming media. And specifically, we're going to look at the streaming media Ubuntu client, which I'm going to switch to right now. So as you see on the screen, we are remotely connected into the streaming media Ubuntu client, and I'm going to run a bunch of videos that are being streamed locally. These videos run in a very fragile state over an open source server called Jellyfish that if there's any disruption, will crash the videos. We're going to show you how we can remediate in real time without taking down operations. So now we're going to go to split screen. I'm going to bring up both of these. You're going to see on the left-hand side, remotely connected and we're watching our amazing bear videos. And on the right-hand side, their admin portal. And on the admin portal, I'm going to go ahead and click this button that says Attack Me. When I click the button called Attack Me, what's actually happening is malware is being launched on all my devices. As you can see, they all instantly turned red. Unlike what's out there today, Bear looks for abnormal activity and detects and reports on it in real time, not seconds, weeks, months, years later. As soon as it occurs, you see it happen. And if we go back now, we look over onto the remotely connected device, you'll see malware is running. A terminal has popped up, malware is running. And for those of you who are watching on a smaller screen, I'll go ahead real quick and I'll switch back to just this screen so you can see the malware. The malware is running, as you can see, and we are now compromised. This malware, so we're clear, is not something made up. It's actually the same class of malware that was used to hack Samsung, the mobile processor, and several other major companies in the past few months. We have an independent group called Arc Cyber that worked with us to place and activate this malware on demand. So the streaming media Ubuntu client, which we see here, is red. I'm going to click on it. You click on the view alerts, and I'm going to see that I see the alert here. It's got an outbound and an inbound connection. I know something bad has happened. Now, I, as an operator, non-cybersecurity expert admin operator, I want to focus on operations and not cybersecurity. Well, I look at my matching remediation, and I see this blocked communication. Behind the scenes, cybersecurity experts have solved this exact exploit one time. They've recorded their actions, they've placed those in a visual package called a remediation, and that is now what's being matched for me as a non-expert so I can focus on what's important to me. What's important? Operations, network. How's my device going to handle this? Is it going to get rebooted? All the things you see visually on your screen. Now, if you watch, I'm going to click this apply remediation button, and if you pay attention to the terminal on the other side, I killed it instantly. So what I have done just now is not something that's available today. I have visually overcome an actual exploit in real time with no expertise required on the front end. You still need your experts. They just get to focus on what they need to instead of worrying about all the minutiae. That sounds great and all, but the problem with that is there is an entire set of time there where I allow that exploit to run. Exploits move fast. They proliferate like crazy. Yes, Bear has a lot of other things built in to stop that proliferation, but damage can still be done during the time I was talking. To show you this, and by the way, just to point out, the videos never stopped running. So we're going to move off of this server. I'm going to stop the videos now. We're going to move off of this server. We're going to go to our second server, which is our chat Linux client, which is sitting over here on the admin portal, and now is remotely connected on the left side of the screen. And what you see right now is even though it's red, there's no console on the screen. That's because we are introducing to you the first ever ability to isolate an unknown behavior and return operational control back to your admin. And I can show you this here, called isolate and alert. So what Bear is able to do at the very fundamental process level of your device is detect an abnormal behavior, isolate it, and then report it. Now, there's a lot more we can do with remediation, and there are things that we can talk about, but at the very fundamental level, we're giving you time to do what you need to do. And to prove to you that I'm not just playing around, I'm going to go ahead and turn this back to alert only, which is what the streaming media Ubuntu client was set at, which is state of the art outside of Bear today. I'm going to change automation, finish. Oh, look, immediately on the screen, the terminal pops up. Go ahead and, for those people who can't see that, I'm going to go ahead and pull this up so you can see it. Big, there it is. I'm going to go back to my dual screen. And as I did before, I'm going to remediate this because, it's kind of fun to kill something on the fly like this. Go ahead and it's the same exact remediation because it's the same exploit. I'm going to hit apply remediation and bam, it's gone. So what I just did is I in real time killed two attacks without any issues. But that's great and all, and that's fine, and we like all of that. But what we really want to be able to do is do this at scale. So we're looking at these 4 devices, 6 devices in total, and we're saying, hey, it's probably easy to do these one by one, but what we really need to be able to do is we need to be able to kill something once and have that remediation go to scale across all of our devices. We want that to be solved all at one time. So I'm going to go ahead now. I'm going to click on the streaming media Windows server, and I'm going to show you that this device is set to isolate and inoculate. And isolate and inoculate is a big deal because it allows us to solve a problem one time, and then any other device that is set to isolate and inoculate will also have the ability to have this exploit solved if it's suffering the same attack. So all I'm going to do, I'm going to view the alert, I'm going to bring up the remediation, and then I'm going to go ahead and click apply remediation, finish, and now look, everything's blue. This can happen small scale. We're talking a few devices here, or it can happen across millions of devices at once. So your experts, our experts, the cybersecurity experts, can solve a problem once. It's a hard job. And then let Bear handle the distribution of that solution through any potentially impacted devices, protecting and inoculating millions or more devices with a single attack. Thank you for taking your time to learn a little bit about the Bear beta system, and stay tuned for more exciting demos in the near future.